Hello, everybody, and welcome to another wonderful episode of the Weekly Tall Talk. My name is Corey Andre, and joining me here today are my fellow co-hosts, Cale and Xavier. Xavier, how you doing today, brother?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Good,
it's another beautiful night in Los Angeles. I can't complain.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful day today. And how about you, Cale? How you doing today?
I just had an okay day. Everything's wonderful
okay?
and good with you guys. I had an okay Friday.
Just
I had it just okay. No,
Yeah, but TGIF, am I right, brother?
oh, you know it. No, but I am excited for this episode. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to getting into it. I played 4 hours of basketball yesterday, so my body's a little fried.
Hey.
But it's for the content, brother. I live for the content. I'm not me anymore. I'm just my online persona.
He's 50% ball.
It's literally me. My skin is turning into leather like the basketball.
That is life.
It's not good. Ball is life. Ball is produce life. Ball is life.
That's true. I feel you do have those orange leathery wrinkles popping off on your head.
See,
I see the skin tone changing.
And now my head is shaved, so it's even more of a ball. My physical look. So, ball is literally becoming life. But no, you may notice there's one of us missing. I don't know what happened.
Oh, he's with us in spirit right now.
He is.
Right. He had better things to do. Actually, I asked him if he was ready for today, and he said, I couldn't give two about that.
Couldn't give two, you know what?
Yeah, two you know whats. And I was like, I don't know what. And then he said it, but I don't want this episode to get flagged, so I'm going to leave it alone. But shout out Tyler Graham Soto Jr. And
Crushing the routes today.
Get well, brother.
Yeah, we hope you recover from a hard work schedule, man.
Yep.
For real.
But yeah, this episode's going to be pretty fun. We thought long and hard about this outline. We had a little bit of help from some of our fans out there. So if you contributed, we really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Today's episode is going to be about 1,000 years of longing.
Damn.
So I hope you guys are excited to get into this.
Hell yeah, dude.
Pretty interesting.
If you're joining us for the first time, typically we start off with a short story that leads into a would you rather, but today we're just going to ask a would you rather question, kind of set up the scenario that way and kind of explore this idea.
Damn, right to the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Right
in.
to it.
All right, let's do this.
Let's do it, dude.
For today's would you rather live for 1,000 years starting now? Your body is ageless from the moment you accept. However, every time somebody finds out about your lifespan, your time resets and then doubles. Or would you rather live 10 100-year lifespans? You'll live in a different physical form and time period each reincarnation. The caveat is you don't get to carry over your memories until your 10th and final life, and then all of the memories from your past lives are attained at birth. We're gonna throw it to Xavier today.
Oh,
What do you
yeah.
think, man? How-
Straight in the fire.
Pretty wild. Yeah, these are I think I'm going to start off with 1,000 years, just going straight into it.
Oh, damn. Okay.
I think, I want to see, I'd be curious to see every time that somebody finds out that that I don't age. That's kind of wild as well. Maybe I would take it to see how long I can live.
Right?
You just want to live until the end of time.
Right.
Yeah, I think, it'd be a matter of time before somebody would notice. It's like, hey, this guy's not 100 years old.
Right.
I still look like I'm in my mid 30s.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I think I would do that. But I don't know. What about you guys? What about you, Corey?
Oh man, I don't know if I would be as bold as you. I don't know if I could do 1,000 years, just with the idea of like somebody finding out and then it resetting and doubling. Like I've had a hard enough time living 30 years. I don't know.
Oh no,
1,000 ad infinitum. Like that's extreme.
That's a fair point.
That is really extreme.
It's like, when will it end? Never.
I think I'd have to go live 10 100-year lifespans. I think there would be a lot of intrigue because you get to come back as a different thing each time.
Right.
Like
That's true.
you get to be 100-year-old dog. That would be kind of neat.
That would be sick.
And then I'd have the experience of being a dog, which again would be kind of neat.
Be a great life. I like it.
But yeah, I think that's what I would do. What about you, man? What about you, Cale?
Hey, dudes. Like the first thing I saw, like when you were saying this, was like coming back in a different time period. Each time, if you chose the 10 lives.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be honest with myself. I am way too narcissistic. I need 1,000 years, and I'd probably be telling everybody. Look at me. I haven't aged. They're like, why? I'm like, shit. So
I just
definitely
powerlifting and like drinking like juiced vegetables, and you're this is all you need.
Yeah, I mean, I could just set up people with like the worst diet ever because I'd be like, can you argue with the results, brother? Look at how long I've been doing it, and I'm doing just absolute worst. I'm doing like nonstop IVs of like energy drinks, Korean barbecue. Just pure animal products. I know Siler's out there listening somewhere. He's horrified, but I would just steer people in the wrong way. And like, I don't get why it's working. Well, you don't want it. You don't want it hard enough.
Wait, so you think you'd be up front? Like as soon as you're like, 1,000 years and it resets and doubles every person who knows fucking the whole world. You're going to immediately just like ruin it for yourself.
Yeah. It'll literally be like immortal. I'm just like, I'm going to be around for 100,000 guys. So just chill.
Yeah, I can't do math good off the top of my head, but if any listener wants to write this out for me, what is 1,000 years to the 8 billionth power?
You get me, Corey.
There you go.
That's what it is. It's Cale.
I think that's
forever.
I think that would be more time than the universe would ever actually have.
I literally would just like outlive the universe, time itself. Just me at the end. Just floating around out there in space.
I mean, that's something that I'd probably want to do too.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. See, Xavier and I would
around, become
bro
a mad
down
god.
and just be like in perpetual nothingness forever.
The blind idiot god.
Be like, but dude, you look great. We look great. We look great still. Everybody else is dead.
We just travel the cosmos for eons, become some sort of primordial evil or
exactly.
something.
We're just literally gods.
Some eldritch horror.
You're literally the hell that people write about when they sleep.
Yeah. Which I would fully embrace. But the other part that kind of wanted to make me go for the 10 lifetimes is just imagining attaining all of that knowledge of 900 years of knowledge when you're a child. Yeah. I don't know how overwhelming that would be. But it would also be very terrifying because if I had 900 years of knowledge, I would like know how to speak like immediately. Yeah, and I would just be able to like just communicate that and just scare my parents. Maybe they'll kill me. They think I'm Damien.
Maybe. Or you
just like, that baby, get him out of here. Just like, I know what you're thinking. Just calm down. They'll be like,
I've lived many lifetimes.
But there was a lot of pluses to that. But I definitely just. 1,000 years. I mean, I could try to keep it under wraps, but why? I'll live forever. I'll be like, Deborah, I'll spend as much time as I can with you, but then I'm going to ruin the world for myself.
So you would both be okay with living long enough to see everybody you know die like consistently? Because again, like let's say you don't, if you don't live for infinity.
Yeah.
Like you even like 200 or 300 years would be quite a lot of loss.
Yes. Yeah, basically everybody we meet or know is going to be dead before we're like even at the end of our 1,000.
Like when you watch movies from the 60s.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be tough. But I mean,
you'd get over it. Fuck them, whatever.
Whatever, you know. No, I think like you would get used to. I mean, loss is never easy, but I think you would like eventually get to the point of where you're like indifferent almost. Maybe you would look at people differently. Like this is a speck of time compared to what we're involved with. So maybe that would desensitize you a little bit, or you would just not get close to people. I probably would like go for that option. In person, I'm a very like affectionate, very like forthcoming person. So like for me to think of like me just turning like completely cold and like is like a 180 for me, as crazy as I am on the show. So
what I really think would like kind of change things up is like we all live fairly decent lifestyles. We're all housed, you know,
right.
And we haven't, I guess, experienced a lot of the harshest realities of our world. And I wonder over 1,000 years if you would experience those. Like, we've never lost, we've never been in war. None of us.
Right.
But like,
No.
could you see doing that in 1,000 years? Like, would there ever be a cause for you to, like, so great where you'd be like, well, I got to sign up for this.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, for the greater good, but who's to say which side is that?
Yeah, because, well, and where I'm going with this is, like, when you see things like that, it changes your outlook on the world.
Right.
Like, for better or worse, you just have a different perspective.
Yeah, and I feel like there's so much more potential. This is obviously a dark topic where I'm going, but I feel like you would, as much good as you would see, I feel like you would experience all the evils of the world much more, like, closely, if that makes sense. Like, if you're living 1,000 years, you would see all kinds of just horrific shit. Like, over that span of time, all the evil that, like, man does to itself, or how we destroy the planet or animals or whatever. I mean, I think there's much more, like, potency in what would turn me off versus, like, oh, I really like that.
Well, here's the, and then, well, yeah, I guess to that point too, like, if mankind was on the brink of self-destruction, would you try to stop or try to prevent that from happening?
Nah.
In reality, what can one person do? Even though you can effectively live forever if you wanted to, like, why?
Yeah.
Right. And we just can't die. We're not like super strength or like mind control or anything like that. They literally could just cage us and we're alive for forever in a cage.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about this earlier too. Like, if you have to live either one of these lifespans, like, obviously we went to torture real quick in our earlier discussions, but like, there was one thing of like, well, what if you got drowned? You know, you're given cement shoes and then you just live eternity drowning underwater.
It's just the bottom of
this perpetual state.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this sucks.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, you guys are talking about, like, exploring the cosmos. That's how it would be. Like, you wouldn't
black, and
you would have the need to breathe, but you can't. So it's just
perpetual suffocation and crushing gravity nonstop for as long as I told everybody that I am. So I'm just like a million years out there.
Yeah.
I would hate for like that. Just, you can't move in space and you just like really have an itch on your face. You're like, son of a bitch. Just like floating by. Just like, oh my God, that's annoying.
Oh man.
But hopefully you would gain enough momentum that you'd be like traveling thousands and thousands of miles per hour.
Right. Just shooting through. Just somehow I exploded myself into space with like enough propulsion that I'm just ripping through shit.
Just endlessly going in one direction.
Hell yeah. I love it.
But yeah, if you can't die, like there is no like superpowers or anything like that involved with this immortality, essentially.
Yeah, we're literally just us, but we just can't die. We have like no strength other than our own strength right now. It's like, oh shit.
You really got to be careful with the 1,000-year thing and not. But I feel like somebody would be bound to find out. Like,
yeah, right. It's like I'm either like people are finding out, or I'm like snapping necks enough for people to come find me. That I've been trying to cover my tracks with dead bodies. They're just like, there's a serial killer on the loose. It's just me.
Well, I think you, Cale, out of both of you, Xavier and Cale, I think you would have the hardest time, just given the fact that you're a 6'8" fucking giant.
Right.
Like you're not going to not stand out in a crowd at any given point.
Ooh, aren't you that guy? I just heard a story about you. That's like 50 years ago. I'm like, fuck. No.
It's family lineage. It's
That's
fine.
my uncle. Whatever.
Wasn't me.
Why are you asking so many questions? Was it the third degree? Fine, it was me. Just to instantly confess for no reason. Just fold under the pressure immediately.
Just extend it. Just easily break.
Yep. Easily break. Just be like a total pushover. It's like, damn it. It's like, what's the secret? Oh, damn you.
Well, speaking of secrets, we have to reveal the secrets of these ads.
Hi, folks. My name is Xavier Chapman, creator and host of the Weekly Tall Talk. I would like to say thank you for listening to today's episode. If you like what you've been hearing, we would love to know what you think. After the episode, don't forget to leave a comment or reach out to us on our socials, where you can find us at the weekly Tall Talk. We're excited to say we're working on a couple other awesome projects for this year. If you would like to know more about that or find out what else we're working on, we have a Patreon and Discord that you can subscribe to, where we can be found at Tall Tale Network. And if you have any other questions or ideas for what you'd like us to discuss on the show, please email us at talltalenetwork@gmail.com.
Well, I hope those ads revealed glorious secrets to everybody.
I hope so.
Things like our Patreon and our email.
Yes. Yeah. Very nice. Good
All right,
plug.
next question for the show. So you guys both picked 1,000 years of living. And my question is, do you guys continue to follow the rules of society? We have a lot of like rules that we kind of put in place that you just don't do in public. Like most people don't go outside completely nude, you know, like would it matter at that point if you're living for 1,000 years? Would you care? Like, would you drink and drive just constantly? Just fuck it. It doesn't affect me.
Damn, dude.
That's
Yeah. Do you really lean into it, or would there be a part of you that would want to keep it secret? Because again, like everybody who finds out, fucking reset and extends. Cale, what do you think, man?
I feel like I could get away with like misdemeanors. I don't know really what that could be, but like we said, we weren't gifted like powers outside of just immortality for 1,000 years.
Right.
So any kind of hard time, we're going to like really feel that. And then that's more potential for people to find out. But I could take an ass whooping in jail and just be right up back on my feet and be like, damn, this guy's crazy. Maybe they leave me alone. Maybe I get respect. I become the ultimate shot caller.
Well, there's still recovery time.
Fuck.
So yeah, you might survive an ass whooping in jail, but like you won't be back on your feet until your ribs are unbroken.
Oh, that's lame. I thought I had like instant regeneration.
No, you're not fucking Wolverine.
Why
you
not?
just have to live forever, dude.
Oh man. Oh, then no, I'm playing it cool. Then my boring ass life. Like, yeah, I would only like let people find out because I like just prolong my retirement. Like for like 100. This guy's worked here 75 years.
He hasn't aged a day.
Right. He's like, hasn't aged a day. This is a stress-free job right here.
You want to double your benefits from your city job. Right. You just have to work twice as long.
Damn, I'm in. No, but
you get double health care.
Damn, that I don't even need. Given the fact that I'm not Wolverine, apparently.
No.
But
never happened. You're too tall. You're not Canadian.
That's true.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
Damn, like the Juggernaut.
There you go.
Yeah, if I don't have like instant thing, then I'd probably want to play it on the safe side. I think I would just operate normally. Just kind of like, it gives you potential, I guess, to just move around a bunch. If you want to be like nomadic.
Yeah, I think you'd kind of have
like,
to be.
I want to live in this city. I want to live over there. I want to live over there. Yeah. And that's if we care about the doubling.
Right.
I mean, if everybody I've loved or cared about or broed down with in this lifetime is already gone, like, why do I give a shit what happens to me? I would just kind of be like, you heard it right. They didn't even ask me. I'm just like one of those obnoxious people that comes up to you and tells you their life stories. Like, I'm cursed, man. I'm telling you.
I'm just so insane.
Shoot me in the head. Shoot me in the head.
You'll see.
I'll be back. I'll be back.
Doing tricks at a bar for fucking pennies.
So like throw darts at my face. I'll be back for you. No, but I really just feel like I would blow it. I don't think I could keep a secret, man. I'm just being honest. I would use it. I would find some way to use it to my advantage or to like profit off of it or something. There's got to be some kind of niche market for me.
Yeah.
Except like if like instead of a rage room, you just get to attack me, and then I just. But like,
again, you're still you.
Do I feel
you just
pain?
Want people to beat the shit out of you? Like,
do I feel pain, Corey?
Yes.
Emotional pain?
Yeah, you're human.
Nah. I'm turning that off. I've made a fool of myself enough. Xavier, take over, for God's sakes, please. You left me out here way too long in a minefield. Just sat there.
He was just watching you dig that grave in the middle of it.
Oh, let me just see what points not to make.
Yeah. I was like, he can make it out of there. He can do it.
Yeah, he can dig himself out, I think.
I believe. I mean, I would play it cool too. Like, I would try to keep it secret as best as I could. But, you know, as time goes on and as sadly you outlive everybody you care about, I think that's when you start to go into that, like you said, Cale, like that kind of like a nomadic state.
Right.
Disappear or go off the radar and maybe just explore. I mean, I don't know where I would get my money from.
Right. We would just be like kind of, you could be like just a traveling like vagrant, I guess. I mean,
yeah.
If we didn't have any form of money.
I think at this day and age, like you'd have to set up shell corporations and just move money around forever.
We're just turned into crypto bros. We just try to grift everybody.
You know, and as the years go on, who knows what's going to happen to society and the future and stuff. So, you know, world could go to shit. It's just a
very quickly
wasteland.
Do you think you guys would try and put yourself in any sort of position in power with that time?
Maybe.
Like, would you want to go for like a politician or be something like that where you're constantly in the public eye and making choices for people?
Yeah, no, I mean, if I was trying to be laying low, probably not.
Right.
But
I just could see you, like, if you don't care about like the time, because there's term limits for, you know, if we try to be president or whatever, or governor. But like, I could just see us like, I want to run again, but I can't run as me. So I just like change like one letter in my name and I just dye my hair.
Literally just put on a mustache.
Yeah. Just shave my beard into a mustache and be like, I'm Dale Schiller. And then you're just like, dude, you could change your name. It's easy. No. This is enough.
It's just like when Vince McMahon came back to run the fucking WWE. He just like dyed his hair and grew a mustache.
I'm good. Vince, that you? No, it's not me.
Nah, my name is Vincenzo now.
Ah, perfect. Well, Corey, what about you, man? I know you opted for the 10 lifetimes, but if you were the 1,000-year option, I mean, what's your thought process for this?
I think I would go full vampire mode.
Oh my gosh.
Kind of go with you guys. I would take 50 years or something to build up an entire empire and then just go seclude myself in a castle somewhere that I bought and then never have to worry about it again.
Ooh, that sounds nice, actually.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. I think the thing is, like, I'm a pretty secluded person to begin with. I don't go outside unless I absolutely have to or the sun is down. Oh, well, thinking about that. Anyways, that's another thought. I think like I would just probably go full like final boss.
Damn.
Like where, you invade somebody's dungeon and there's a bunch of gold and henchmen everywhere.
Got to do it.
Me sitting on a throne. Yeah, that sounds pretty nice. I think I'd like that.
Plus, you just got to play the long game. We got the time to try to get into all the inheritances. Just try to get your way in the will of as many people as possible. Collect all those funds, and then your castle's right there.
Life insurance scams off the chart.
Oh,
but not only that. Okay, so what do you guys? What are you guys' thoughts on progeny? Do you have kids? Because you're gonna outlive those fuckers too.
Oh no!
Like given, and I was kind of thinking about this earlier. Just given Xavier, I mean, your daughters would notice that you have not frickin' aged, and she's older than you.
Well, you couldn't be in their life forever.
Damn, Xavier.
Yeah.
Hit the road.
Yeah, I would have to disappear.
Just come back. You're like, do you have an age today, Pops? You're like, oh, shit.
She's on to me.
She's got it. She's a smarty.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't have any further children, though.
Right.
No, you wouldn't go like full, like, nicer Genghis Khan where you just have as many kids as possible.
No.
You don't want to be the next Nick Cannon? Come on, man.
Oh God.
Come on, bro. You got like 18 kids. You're good.
Nah.
Nah, I don't think I would pursue that either because it's like literally gonna have to leave or my time's double. It just seems like a no-win.
Yeah, that's
I see nothing but capital. I guess I don't feel as bad using people for gains.
Yep, there it is. The truth comes out.
I had you. It's been 20 years. Now go make me money. Add to my show, corporations, please.
Don't tell anybody, though.
You got your own little empire right there.
Yep.
Yeah, would you even try? Would it even make sense to have like a relationship? Because like you're either gonna have to just dip randomly, or like your time's getting extended. So like, is it even worth it?
Well, for you or for the other people? Because that's purely subjective in how you view relationships. Because I mean, listen, if you're living 1,000 years, I'm gonna say it right now. Fuck marriage. I'm getting mine. Right. I'm gonna go have fun for the next 1,000 years.
That's true.
Or what if you find somebody you really care about and try to get them the curse too?
They'd be like, "Hey, you trying to live for 1,000 years?" They're like, "Whoa, that's a hard opener, man."
Let me show you the secrets.
Yeah, you're like, here, the secrets of forever. You're like, oh my God, this is a cult.
Oh, you take them to your castle.
Exactly. Just like you can't leave.
Dark magic ritual.
Dark magic, just summon it.
So here's kind of another question for you in this, going back to the first thought of if people find out, it resets and extends. How do you stop a cascade effect from happening? Once one person finds out, what's to stop them from telling 2 people, and then those 2 people tell 4 people, and it just keeps going on and on.
A quick 20 pounds of pressure to the neck.
Yeah.
One and done,
how
bro.
You would stop that.
I mean, you would have to kill them. There's no way they would keep this secret. I wouldn't. I'd get snapped. If I find out Xavier's 1,000 years, I'm like, my boy. I was like, don't talk to me like that. My guy over here will rough you up, and your children, and your children's children. Your whole line's gonna be screwed. I said the vengeance will never stop.
It will never stop.
It's got to be something super petty. Taking my spot at the mall. You did it now. Xavier, just the guy.
That's the
guy right there. Get him.
That's the SOB.
So yeah, revenge would be good.
Would it?
I like revenge.
Oh, okay.
That's just me though.
Fair
Some people are forgive and forget. No. We forget nothing.
Nah.
Write it down.
You're like, vengeance is coming.
Take a picture. Whatever you need to do.
You'll forget how to live.
Yeah, exactly. You'll forget how to breathe.
But do you think murder would be just the only way to stop something like that from spreading? Like,
I mean, I feel like the person would have to have like a genuine, like really deep connection to you to not want to like hurt you, because your time's like already doubled.
Because they already know.
Yeah. Is a secret safe with you? I mean, that's up to the person. Like, that's kind of on you though. If somebody finds out, right? I mean, this is totally on us no matter what. We're either
not
careless
necessarily.
Or someone just happens to be like watching us all the time and just notice that we're not aging. I don't know. We could claim that we have a good plastic surgeon. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's excuses out there. We found the Fountain of Youth, but I'm not going to show you.
It's mine.
Keep it to yourself.
Well, I think that's why I would have a close association of henchmen throughout my life.
Oh, so you get
in my secret castle.
Yep. You get your 5 guys that have to know.
Right.
And then you're just like, okay, well, now I'm at like 10,000 or 15,000 guys. So, do right by me. I'll take care of you. But, I'm
just
the boss.
Build up a small private army.
Exactly. Then I'll be like, hey, I'll curse all of you guys if I can. Let me find the ways of the dark magic. We'll live forever.
I mean, that's still not how this is set up, but
I'm just making it however. I'm just going rogue.
Yeah, you're just going with it.
I'm just taking over this episode. I'm just fucking. Apparently, I want to have super strength, Wolverine.
You want to
manipulate everyone,
not feel
and
pain,
be able to just influence people's immortality at a whim.
Well, you're not God, and neither is Xavier.
Yeah,
damn it.
I'm God. I'm the host.
Now we're getting to it. We've made it full circle.
Well, speaking of coming full circle, we'll have to break for ads again.
Hey, it's your boy Mason from Men of Misfortune here. We're a comedy podcast with 3 different segments. We cover anime/pop culture, true crime, and bizarre news, all while taking on some interviews. We drink, we smoke, and we know how to have a good time while making you feel like you're a part of the show. Find us anywhere you get your podcasts. And don't forget to check out our Patreon for bonus content. And for more updates, follow us on Instagram at Men of Misfortune. Remember, stay misfortunate and always listen to Mom. Now, back to your regularly scheduled program.
And we're back from those wonderful ads with another question. Do you guys think that something like this would be a curse or a gift? Either living for 1,000 years with the reset or having 10 1,000-year lifespans. Is that something that you would consider beneficial if you were, I guess, forced or allowed? Like, let's say you didn't have a choice and you have to do one of these two options, no matter what. Is it a gift or a curse for you? I think the one benefit that we all have right now is that we're all able-bodied. So, like, it's not like, you know, you're spending the next 1,000 years in a coma or something.
Right.
Meaning to say you have the ability to go places and do things. Do you see being able to explore the world that long as something that you would want to have in your life?
I feel like I would look at it as I think it's a gift, personally. I feel like life's too short for this. Life's too short for that.
Right.
Things are cut short.
Yeah.
I mean, especially when we were younger, you know, I remember everybody who was older telling me, like, you know, time flies. Better, like, enjoy this while you have it, blah, blah. And now I see it, it's like half the year flies by before you even know it. And, you know, I feel like we were 24 2 years ago, and it's like, you know, so in terms of like time, I feel like it's definitely a gift, but as we alluded to before, with time comes the like degeneration of everybody else, and then all of like the planet, if we don't like turn it around, you see the cause and effect of that, which could be very like sad. So I mean, I feel it's a gift just in terms of being able to like experience stuff on that kind of level of like, I literally have the time for this. It's like,
yeah, that's true. I got nothing but time for this.
Right. So in that sense, I feel it's a gift. If you ignore all the emotional and like heartache that you're going to be put through, I mean, unless you like immediately like self-isolate, but even then you like knowing you hurt people, like just, if you're just like, I'm out. I don't want to deal with anybody. Right. I don't want to like be a burden, blah, blah, blah. You're hurting everyone who's in your life currently. So damned if you do, damned if you don't. But I choose to see it as a gift that amount of time. So what about you guys?
I see the gift portion. I think to me it'd probably be more of a curse. Just because you have to see all those people you care about disappear, and then it's like, I don't want to live any longer than 1,000 years. So I think I'm just gonna go in hiding, and then you just live that like secluded life. I mean, hey, you can make the best of it, and try not to draw too much attention to yourself. But yeah, it'd probably be, I feel like it'd be a curse in that aspect. Just like you're stuck with this. You can't get close to anybody unless you could somehow share it with somebody. But even then, like, would that be a good thing to do, or is that like a selfish thing to do?
You just did it to another person.
Else? Yeah.
You just burdened someone.
Yeah.
Let's go on the vampire route.
Yeah. I'm just exactly. You just make more people like you. It's kind of tough. Like I do see like a gift portion that you can experience more things than you normally would.
Yeah.
Live in 1,000 years. And you could probably get to see a lot of things. You know, if you've lived that long, or that you're living in that time frame, I'm sure you're going to see probably wondrous things or probably horrific things. Either way, it's going to be a wild experience that no one would be able to, share with you. But I don't know. What about you, Corey? What do you think about? How do you feel with that curse or gift of parking?
Listening to both of you guys as a gift and a curse, and I think it would be a gift. And I think because most of us are naturally explorative in our nature, we're very curious creatures, and we would always find something to do, somewhere to go, someplace to be. And you guys have brought up the idea of losing your loved ones, everybody you love. And that's a natural part of life now. But I think it would be a different frame of mind looking at it and saying, I now get to have countless relationships. I get to see the minuscule details of people's lives that they might not even know that they have, see the true beauty in these people and make friends with people. And even though you don't have them in your life, say you're living nomadic, you move everywhere, you move somewhere every 20 years. Well, you can still write these people. There's nothing that says you can't stay in contact with them until they die and keep those friendships going. And then I also want to put in perspective, 1,000 years is, in the history of common mankind, is an extensive amount of history. Like, think about 1,000 years ago. So right now it's 2023. 1,000 years ago would be 1023 AD. The Crusades hadn't even started yet. Like, the amount of history that has passed in that amount of time would be amazing to see.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's quite a bit of gap in time. Like how much.
Yeah. To go from medieval ages to flying a plane, like we can't even fathom what 1,000 years from now is going to hold.
Right.
Like, look at where technology is and where we are with the internet forming in our lifetimes and then being to where it is now. Like, could you imagine back in like 2005 when we got our Razr flip phones that we would be able to do a Discord call and record this kind of thing,
Right.
Like,
it was just that's exactly right. Like 1,000 years from now, who knows what humanity's going to have in store.
And so I think exactly. And I think like 1,000 years of life would be a potential 1,000 years of decadence.
There you go.
Like just in joining every single finery you can. Like you would have time to play every video game if that's how you chose to live. You would have time to see the entire world in 1,000 years. Well, maybe not the entire world, but a good portion of it.
You could better yourself in arts, different things like that.
Any hobby you could spend countless time.
You'd be Bill Murray from Groundhog Day.
Damn.
Hey, yeah. There's a lot you could do with that. Increase your knowledge on everything.
Right. And I also feel like the point you brought up earlier, Corey, about us being like in the physical state that we are now, being able to go and do whatever it would be, is also a gift. I mean, if you got this when you were either younger or way older, totally different outlook, totally different, like how you were perceived in, society would be different.
That's a really great point, because like I'm imagining us getting this gift and or curse at the current age we are now.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, again, we're in our 30s. Like that's like the prime, like 20s, 30s, 40s is like the prime for that. But like any younger or older, and it gets kind of weird.
Right.
Like, because imagine like getting this gift or curse when you're like 10 years old.
Oh,
you wouldn't be able to do anything for yourself.
No, you'd be a child. So, I mean, you'd be treated as such. Until they
but you'd have the knowledge of
crazy
of generations.
Right. Which would be scary.
Yeah.
No, but I definitely think like, you hit the nail on the head with like the kind of sweet spot in our lives of where society is, not to say one way or another, but I feel like we're just like, I feel we would be less questioned right at our current time right now. Is to be like, oh, where have you been? Oh, I've been traveling the world,
Yeah.
And, I don't think anybody would like bat an eye about it. But if any younger, you're going to be like, yeah, I've been everywhere. They'd be like, what the hell? Or older, like just like, oh, okay. Yeah, I get it. But for right now, I think we would just kind of skate through some of the stuff of like people being inquisitive about us. I feel like we could kind of like gloss over it maybe.
So how do you think you guys would be able to continue on with this if you were 15?
Or do you know how much drywall I would punch in 1,000 years as a 15-year-old?
Bro, there'd be no houses.
Damn, I'm a one-man wrecking crew. I'm out. I'm destroying everybody's stuff. I mean, and to think about that, right? Like if we gather knowledge and, you know, we're aging, and I'm assuming like our physical bodies stay the same, but mentally we're aging and we're getting older and we're acquiring the stuff, maybe learning patience, stuff like that. But if we were like perpetually for 1,000 years, like someone who's like a hormone induced like teenager, right, it would just cause havoc for 1,000 years of not being able to process your emotions. Or
it'd be a hard way to live for sure.
Absolutely.
You're going through all the changes.
Nobody would take you seriously in really anything you do. And like, I mean, not only that, you have like cops who have nothing better to do and you're not in school, so they make your life a hard thing or a hard time.
And legally you have no rights.
Right. I mean, how are you going to buy a house? Where are you going to live?
Yeah.
Right. That would be hard.
So I guess it really depends when you get this ability.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's a curse or a gift.
Right. That might be one of the main factors for sure.
I think definitely if you were hit with this at that age of 15 or younger, definitely a curse.
Yeah. It was hard enough, you know, going through the teenage years, like just times a billion for you to have to like process that and go forward. Yeah. That does not seem like a good time.
You'd have like the memories of generations, but you wouldn't get respect from anybody. Like no one would really take you seriously in the things that you have to contribute to the world.
Right.
It would just be like any good deed that you did would be like, oh, well, that was a nice thing for a 15-year-old to do.
You're like, I'm 900 years old. Show me some respect around here.
I'm older than your grandpa.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, shit, my time reset.
Sir. Yeah, exactly. No. Like, damn it. See what you made me do. But I also think, you know, you in that amount of time, we're just human, right? We're just us, and however we react, like however our mental state is, I guess it plays a huge part. Because imagine like, you know, a lifetime of life experience, right? That comes with its traumas, its good stuff, your flaws, this and that. I just wonder how overloaded your none for you. None for you.
Yeah, that's right.
The rest of us, you know, we're merely
clearly,
you know,
Tyler's. Come on. We talk about those flaws a lot.
Where can I start? But
we don't have the time.
No, we don't. We literally don't have the time, even with 1,000 years, to talk about how bad Tyler is. But I digress. I'm not gonna get started down that road.
No, we can't. We can't.
But just to imagine like that, I wonder what the mental toll 1,000 years of experience would be on your brain, your psyche. I just wonder like that amount of information being processed, that amount of like how and who's to say our memory, would you be able to even remember stuff from 200 years ago? I can't remember stuff from like a month ago.
Right. I would say no. Like,
right. You would just hard reset every so often. You're just like memory full. You're just like,
memory full.
Yeah. That's you literally just like, it's over and like, you just have an error code and your brain just shuts down while it's like deleting the last 200 years. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Maybe there'll be something in the future that can like download a digital copy of our brain and then just wipe it clean.
That would be nice to choose what you forget. Oh man, wouldn't that be freaking something? Oh, I really hate that memory. Just get rid of that. Never have to think about it again. Oh yeah. Back in the day, they used to call that a big like just hammer hit you in the head.
Oh, still remember it? It was years of blackout drinking.
Oh yeah, just bonk you with a mallet.
Yeah, self-induced amnesia.
Exactly. I don't want to hear about that anymore. Bonk. Yeah, and another thing that I just, you know, came to my head is, you know, how insufferable we would be trying to talk to other people. Because you realize if you say the adage back in my day, We're talking about 1,000 years. So you literally have a comment on everything. You're just one of those obnoxious people that is like would know everything or have like a story about, oh, well, you know, back in my day, it would be like, dude, it's 1,000 years. Shut up. Yeah. Everything's back in your day.
I've already experienced.
Yeah, exactly. I remember the old wars, the this, the that. And, oh, yeah, the first time I'd be like, oh, I can't talk to you. I can't talk to you about anything. You always have a smart ass answer. You were literally like
a know-it-all.
And I guess that's part of like you hiding in plain sight. If we're not trying to give it away, like you can't remember everything. They're just going to be like, what are you, a trivia master? What are you at the bar like nonstop? Why do you have all this? Like, where'd you learn that? Oh, I just watch a lot of TV.
Yeah, a lot of TV.
Literally all of it. Damn. Yeah, I mean, it was just, you're bound to slip up. Oh yeah, I remember the day Nixon resigned. Blah blah. He was like, what?
See, what you would have to do is you would have to start a podcast called Cale Knows Everything. Where you just explain all of the choices people are going to make in their life because you've seen it before.
I just really feel like even I would hate that. I'm a narcissist, but like even I would be like, oh, just get him off the air 1,000%. Like today we'll be talking about this. Oh, shut up.
Oh, shut up. Get out of here. Cut to ads. Cut to ads.
Howdy, my name is Paxton, and I'm the vocalist for End of an Era and the co-host of Hammer Smash Podcast. The Hammer Smash Podcast is a semi-weekly podcast where we talk about metal and life stories, and End of an Era is the heaviest band that you have ever heard in your life. We're on Spotify, we're on Apple Music, we're on YouTube. Check us out.
All right, we're back from those ads with another question.
Will it ever end? Oh, it's the point of the show.
Will
after 1,000
It'll end
years
after
or so.
1,000 years.
Yeah, there it is. You sly dog.
Oh, man. All right. So let's say you guys lived as the other option. You live 10 100-year lifespans, but this time you get to choose 2 or 3 of the things you get to come back as. And you get to live for 100 years as that thing. What do you guys think that you would want to come back as? We're talking animals, insects, inanimate objects, plants, trees, rocks, anything that is of this earth. What do you think? What would you want to spend 100 years as? Xavier, you're giving me a look. What do you think?
He's pondering.
How many times do we get to pick?
Let's say 2 or 3 reincarnations. You get to choose as what you get to come back as. That way, your 10th life, you at least had some agency in it.
But something
instead of just coming back as like a leaf each time.
Oh, like that. You're just a bigger leaf.
Yeah, 1,000 or 100-year-old bonsai tree.
Hell yeah.
Oh, damn. But it has to be of this earth, though.
Right. Yeah, you can't be like a celestial body.
Yeah, dude, I was going to say, I was like, I want to be the sun.
Yeah, I know. That's why.
I was like, I want to burn everything.
Can I be an asteroid?
That impacts the, yeah.
Yeah, I've never thought about like coming back as something other than a human. That's tough.
You just prefer being a human.
Yeah.
Every fantasy game, you have like 10 different races. You're like, nah, human.
I'll
be the archer.
Yeah. Everything that I picked, human.
Yeah, human. I'm in.
Now all of your 40K armies make sense.
Here we go.
Exactly. See, I have no aliens, just humans.
Those dirty Xenos.
Damn it.
Xenos. You know, maybe, I mean, inanimate object, you said? I mean, well.
It's going to be a gun. It's going to be a cannon or some shit.
Ooh.
Ooh, a nuke.
Ooh.
You just get to sit in a silo
Yeah,
forever.
just never
Forever,
get used.
yeah.
Fuck!
Yeah, for 100 years.
Perpetually
just sitting
stuck
one
in the
spot.
dark in a room, just like, okay.
Yeah, that would suck. Yeah, what about a volcano?
Dude, fuck.
That's pretty extreme.
Dude,
Okay,
I was
okay.
literally thinking that. I was like, that's a good one. Fuck!
Oh, that'd be great. You'd
Very
be like
nice.
a new volcano that forms the next island in Hawaii.
Yeah,
Dope.
see? And then you can, like, I mean, what if I can control when I
Just explode.
erupt?
Oh, yeah.
Just 100 years of active volcano.
You're just fun.
Yeah.
I just would love to see the fact that you're just like chilling and there's just a Nat Geo special. They're just filming. You're like, oh, it's time, baby.
It's time. I got a sneeze coming up.
Get a little closer. Get a little closer.
Now, if you look closely enough at this
Right.
mountain, you'll see a beautiful smile and 2 eyes. We call this the Xavier volcano.
Just implodes. Love
I
it.
think, yeah, it'd be a volcano.
Be careful to avoid the pyroclastic Chapman.
I'd also want to be like, what about weather? Could we be something?
You want to be a 100-year weather event?
A storm?
Damn, we could be a tornado for fucking 100
Damn.
years. Damn, son.
You'd be
That'd be
Jupiter's eye, but on Earth.
Exactly. Yeah.
A monsoon for 100 years.
Casting lightning everywhere.
Damn, that'd be wild.
That would be
So what
dope.
experiences do you think you'd gain from, like, what kind of insight do you think to the world that you would gain?
Yeah, I have
because you
no
get those
idea.
memories back in your 100th year, or excuse me, your 10th reincarnation.
I was like, wow, that was cool when I was a storm, shooting lightning everywhere.
You were Thor.
Hopefully,
Just
I
the
didn't hurt
atmosphere.
anybody.
Yeah, I know. Just kill everyone.
Hopefully, it's just over the ocean. Some fisherman. Oh,
Oh, you got him.
sorry, dude.
Damn, it's called the deadliest catch. They knew what they signed up for.
Yeah, they knew it was coming. But I honestly have no idea if that would be me coming back on my final and remembering that. I'm like, I guess you could say it was cool to be a storm.
I like it, man. Hell yeah! I mean,
Or
no one
volcano.
else in
Would you
existence has
like
experienced
write
it.
about your experiences? What would you like do with that knowledge? You go to the bars and
that's-
be like, "Listen, I remember one time I was lightning.
They'd
I
be like,
struck this fucking
All right,
whale."
you're cut off. Get
I
out.
literally rode.
That's
the, like,
enough.
Yeah.
It's like, how many
they
has that guy
tossed
had?
me out.
None. He just comes in here. Doesn't have any
Some
money.
insane guy that just comes
He's a
in
storm
here.
man. He doesn't know anything.
I
Yeah.
think I think that is pretty unique though, being a storm, because I don't know, exactly how the science on that would work of an everlasting storm,
Right.
but you would get to see a lot. You get to experience quite a bit in that 100 years, and that would be definitely a different perspective. Like I that's definitely outside of the realm of anything that I was thinking of.
Yeah,
So,
right
like,
yeah,
out of the
dude.
box. I was hoping that just like you'd just be. I'd be hanging out in the ocean. I wouldn't be like
Yeah.
disturbing, or killing the population of the storm
Yeah.
for 100 years.
I like it.
Yeah,
Just a
because
constant
you get
rager.
that perspective of getting to see everything
Mhm.
instead of getting to see things from only one perspective.
Yeah, you're kind of up in the sky, floating around. Maybe
I like it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that'd be wild. What about you, Cale? Any thoughts on what you'd like to be?
Oh, dude, I'd be 3 animals. You already know which one of them is.
I swear to God, if you say one of them's the Na'vi, I'm gonna fucking lose it.
Just of this earth. Yeah, I want to be Avatar, but
yeah.
like Stephen Lang as Avatar. No,
I want to come back as Jake Sully.
I want to be Sully Jake, Corey, and the third movie. No, I definitely would be either a polar bear or a grizzly bear, just because they're killing machines, and I just think
Oh, yeah.
nobody messes with them. So I would love to experience that just in the forest or in the Arctic. Be dope. I just think that would be just to have the raw power would be amazing.
Yeah,
My other choice would be kind of stealing this from Tyler because he talks about it, but
He's not here.
Oh yeah, he's not. Yeah, he didn't even show up to
fuck him.
work. He's out.
Wow.
But I'd really like to be like a bird of prey, maybe be able to
Ooh, that's
fly.
cool.
I think that sensation
Okay.
would be sick.
Yeah.
definitely experience.
Do you know which one like specific? Would you come back as like a bald eagle?
Ooh.
Or would you come back as like a vulture? Well, they're not birds of prey.
Right.
But
I might switch it to a vulture, to be honest with you, because like they just ride those channels and they're like super high up. It would be like an awesome point of view to see the world.
Things don't really fuck with those things either.
Right. They're just kind of like leave them alone. They're just like scavengers. They're just like, all right.
Yeah, I think their meat is like supposed to be rancid or something because of their diet.
They're just cleaning up.
So that would be dope. Just to be able to like have the sensation of flying, I think would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, the ability to travel and see the world take shape.
Just be like, I want to go over there. I could fly anywhere. I'm out.
Yeah.
Unless I fly into Xavier's storm and he just takes me out in the ocean. It's over.
Oops.
Oh, sorry about that, bird boy.
Well, you'd still have to live for 100 years. You'd have to finish out your lifespan.
I'm just like slowly paddling in the river, in the freaking ocean as a bird and just getting attacked like nonstop. No,
you get a shot by like fucking a lightning bolt and you have to live inside of a whale's stomach.
Just fries me. I'm just sitting there. I'm just like, I'm being digested. This is something new.
I would keep the eye of storm above you so you'd be okay and get out of there.
Yeah, exactly. Just following me. I'm like, come on, man. I'm just already like just incapacitated in the water. Just keep getting repeatedly struck. I'm like, okay, this guy. But that kind of leads me into my last thing. I have a phobia of the ocean, but I would love to be like a shark. Like a big ass great white or something, or megalodon possibly.
Bringing the megalodon.
That would be so dope. But like to be able to like just experience the water is like one of the like either that or like an orca. Oh, dude. Like those are apex predators, man. And you're like nothing messes with you and you're just like free to roam.
You'd be like one of those orcas going around sinking yachts right now because they hate fucking boats.
Kill them.
Finally
they're learning just batter them until they like sink. But yeah, I think I would just experience all three of my choices would be animals just to experience like a different form of life, I guess, in terms of like you really wouldn't worry about having to die like in the ocean swimming, but like, I mean, you're a shark being in the Arctic as a polar bear, like you're not worried about freezing to death. And then like a bird, I'm just up in the air assing off, pooping on people.
So you like even though you will live for 100 years, no matter what, you would still want to not feel haunted by something.
I just want to feel like the apex predator.
Okay.
Well, except for the vulture. I mean, I'm not really doing anything at that part. I'm just like whatever Xavier kills is a storm or a volcano. I guess I'm getting it. It's a symbiotic relationship. I don't poop on the volcano and I get to eat the scraps.
There you go.
Perfect. But I have an appreciation for animals. I think it's obviously, to me, it's just innate nature. Like I would be able to turn my brain off for like 100 years. It would just be like survival instincts for me. You know?
Yeah, I imagine that it wouldn't be where you would, because you're different each time.
Right.
You're born as that creature with no memories of prior life.
Just innate
you would
nature.
be that creature.
Yeah. So like just live your life and just like old as hell.
I think those are really great choices. Like I was trying to think of this while you guys were talking, and I think similar to you, Cale, like the experience of the elements, experience flight and wind, experience swimming in the ocean,
right?
Like different things from a human, because we've already lived this life. I know what it's like to be a human.
Right. We already experienced it.
Yeah. I think I would like the first thing I think I would want to come back as is something like a colossal squid.
Ooh,
where like
that's cool.
They're there, but they're not really like fucked with by other humans. And you really get to explore that environment where there's so little knowledge already of that depth of sea that like that would just be an all new type of life.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
It's true, because the ocean, like most of the ocean on our planet, is unexplored.
Yeah, exactly.
So that'd be cool.
So cool.
Yeah.
Be able to explore those parts of the ocean and not.
I would just have to really worry about like when I come back the 10th time, whether or not I can remember to not ink people.
Just like,
be a problem.
I like that defense mechanism right off the bat.
Just immediately shit myself anytime something goes down.
Oh no. Just got to carry a bunch of extra pants all the time. That's a hassle. Damn.
That's when you just start flinging it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so like a colossal squid would be super cool. I would also like to experience flight, so I don't think I'll stray far from Cale's answer.
Yeah.
I think like being a hawk and flying around different parts of the world, like large regions, I should say, of the world, and getting to quite literally experience things from a bird's eye view would be insane.
Be awesome.
Getting to see how towns develop, and again, like history and technology from that perspective would be cool.
Right.
Yeah.
But
awesome.
I think the very last thing that I would want to come back as before I was reincarnated would be a plant. I think something like a tree would be interesting.
Right. So you go through that growth cycle.
Yeah, do that. You get to experience nature and just like live in that solitude and hear nothingness, like the pure forest air with nothing around, and like no heartbeat, no breath, just
serenity.
Right?
Yeah. I think that would be a nice like meditation.
Oh yeah.
For 100 years.
100 years.
I think that would
peace.
like do a lot when you're coming back in your final form of like how much patience you would have.
Right.
Very true.
And what if you actually learn something about the planet? What if
you tap into
gain something from the Earth itself, nature?
Oh, dude, you'd absolutely would too, because like we're even learning now, mushrooms, mycelium growth. What mushrooms come from is called mycelium, and we're learning now that like mycelium that runs underground connects trees to other trees. It's like an actual information highway, so they can talk to each other and communicate that way, and like share nutrients depending on which tree needs it because of another plant that is working symbiotically alongside it. Well, not plant, fungi, but still.
Right.
It's so cool.
And yeah, it'd be wild to be truly one with Earth in that way.
Right.
Just like it would be like being a volcano or a storm.
Right.
Like you get to experience Earth.
Right. That's what I was just going to touch on that again. I was just like, this is another reason why I was like, absolutely, we need Xavier for the show, because like, dude, you have such a different like viewpoint or thought process. And I was just like, that is a sick ass answer. Just a storm swirling above the ocean. Like you said, most of the planet is ocean. So you just be out there wreaking havoc with like no real, like to no detriment of anything, but you just being a storm. And dude, it's such like an out of the box answer. I freaking love it.
I think the one thing he would have to worry about is getting nuked by Donald Trump.
So you get too close to the coast. Nuke him.
It's the largest storm ever.
Yes, there's this like super storm of just lightning. So shooting everything.
It just absorbed the nuclear bomb.
Yep. Just makes you like double in size and just all the electricity.
You're just raining down all of those radioactive isotopes on everything.
Oh my gosh.
Now I'm a radiation storm.
Oh my god, dude, that's like the worst thing possible. Radiation.
He's
like
evolved.
Hurricane. Yep.
Now it's
we pissed it off.
Oh well, shit. Until that happens, I hate to say it, but it's the end of the show. Those were really fantastic answers, you guys. What a weird thought experiment to have. This has been really interesting.
Yeah,
we went everywhere with this. This episode kind of touched on everything.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. But Cale, if we wanted to find you online, where would we find you?
Well, Corey, you could find me on Instagram at TallTaleCale with an underscore in between each word and a C instead of a K on Cale. We also have our communal Instagram page at the Weekly Tall Talk. We post teasers there, little clips and little snippets of what to expect every week. So be on the lookout for that. I'm also on TikTok at bearded_giant. That's mostly basketball. And then we have our the Weekly Tall Talk TikTok, where we post kind of the similar videos as we do on Instagram, but a little bit more teasers, maybe some short clips that we're starting to work on. So we're doing that. But what about you, Xavier? What form of harassment do you want to receive?
Well, we also have our Patreon at talltailnetwork@gmail.com if you guys want to check us out there. And then if you have any questions too, you can reach us out at that same email address, talltailnetwork@gmail.com. If you have any questions for us, want us to go over some things or
complaints about Xavier, complaints about Tyler missing an episode, just complaining.
Just tell us why we're wrong.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of our email, I wanted to give a very special shout out to our man, Gus. He was on episode 23, The Non-Toxic Avengers. Great guest, really wonderful guy. We really appreciate having him. He actually reached out to us in an email and sent us a whole episode script idea. We're going to be working on that, brother. We hear you. We appreciate you. And we're going to make that into a show.
Let's go.
So if you want to have your scripts read into a show, or if you have any questions you want us to ask, please hit us up on any of our socials that was just listed. Again, talltailnetwork@gmail.com would be great. And we love you. We appreciate you. Thank you, everyone, for being here. And we'll tell you later.